We've all played that one exploration game that left us in awe and wonder. For many of us, that game was Minecraft. Now I know what you're thinking. I thought I clicked on an Outer Wilds video essay. Why am I looking at Minecraft, and why does it feel like this guy is going to talk about it for about 2-3 minutes straight? Well, in order for me to explain how Outer Wilds changed the way I view life, I have to talk about the game that started it all for me. Personal experience, I played Minecraft when it launched on the 360, back when creative mode wasn't an option, when the nether was just a barren wasteland with only glowstone and nether blocks to mine, and the main world was a small, contained one instead of the never-ending size that we have today. Gamers born in the late 90s and 2000s and so on would enter a block-filled world with all types of unique biomes to explore. They would venture deep into unlit caves and discover the many things the game has to offer. I remember finding my first mob spawner, and when I found my first nether fortress, the rush of excitement and wonder I felt when I found objects and locations that were rare in the game were feelings that were unparalleled to anything I've ever felt in any other game before. It was like finding a needle in a haystack, the feeling of discovering something rare on your own. Minecraft wasn't the only game though. Around that same time I played games like Fallout 3 and Skyrim, which both gave me the thrill of exploring worlds for the first time, like with Minecraft. These games all came out well over a decade ago. After those games, I've never been able to obtain that same feeling of wonder that I truly loved and missed. I told myself that it was just me growing up, that I was too old for it now. I believed that those days of gaming were over. And in those 5 years from turning 18 to 23, I played nothing but Battle Royale games. Don't get me wrong, Apex Legends is a ridiculously fun game.
Why do you Dude, 8 damage! 8 damage!
A game that will never get boring for me. But throughout that time, I wished for something more. I wanted to play something that would take me back to when I was a kid. I wanted to discover something again. And then one unexpected day, that wish came true. I remember it vividly. I had just come back from work. I was exhausted. I was taking classes in the morning and 8-hour closing shifts at work right after, 5 days a week. I didn't have much time for anything other than gaming at the end of the night. Some nights I played, some nights I didn't. And this night was sure to fall into the category of what most of my nights around that time were. This. Playing video games just didn't feel the same for me anymore. That was until I found a game called Outer Wilds. I had no expectations for this game, nor did I even know what it was about. I was taking a bit of a gamble with this one. I hadn't played a new game in years, and the one game to break that streak was this one? I was already about to give up on the game before it even started. But then, it did. An object explodes out in space. It breaks off into several pieces and scatters across my view. It's a weird sight to wake up to, but immediately, I'm intrigued. I look down and see a campfire. There's this alien-looking dude sitting by it, and he's roasting a marshmallow? I talk to Slate, the alien dude, and he tells me it's launch day, and that it's my character's first solo voyage out to space after finishing the Outer Wilds Venture program. But before I can go out there, I gotta get a launch code from some dude. So, you already know what's about to go down. The tutorial. You start on the planet Timber Hearth. There's only one town, and it lies in a deep crater. The planet's entire population resides in it. You and the townspeople are known as Hearthians, the only known living species in the solar system. Because the population is small, everyone is considered family. As you venture into town, you learn that you are not the first voyager, and that there are others scattered across the system. Each voyager has a known personality and clear mission amongst the Hearthians. Except for you. Your story is just about to begin. A blank sheet of paper. What will you discover? Who will you be when you leave Timber Hearth? What will you be known for? Now, of course, what's a tutorial without some learning of the controls? In order to explore the solar system, you have to use the Voyager they built for you. But before you can use it, you need to do some flight practice. I remember trying to operate the little drone that they had set up at the town, and let's just say my skills were definitely a work in progress.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
After that and a few more things, you get the code. With it, you can start making your way to the Voyager. But before you're able to leave the museum where you get the code, you're stopped by a strange looking statue of a lion. And something strange happens. It looks deep within you, and suddenly, everything you did since you woke up is shown in rewind. Puzzled after seeing it, I remember stepping out, and one of the Hearthians told me that he had never seen it move before. To which I responded, "Damn, that's crazy." Anyways, time for space, baby. Let's get it, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I get into the ship and lift off of the landing pad. And you'd think that my first instinct is to fly out to space. But you remember how I told you that I didn't quite master the tutorial yet? Yeah, let's just say I didn't get to go out to space quite yet. After several repairs I had to make to the ship I kept crashing, I was finally out in space, and wow, such an amazing moment. I remember stopping and taking in the whole scene. I slowly turned my ship 360, staring at all the unique-looking planets off to the distance. The plucking banjo in the background paired with the peaceful ambient sound that mimics space put me in a state of relaxation. was in silence. The graphics weren't all that good, but the sheer scope of it all blew me away. I could sense how small my ship and I were compared to the solar system. The gravity of space was present each turn and direction I wanted to go. I would physically move myself for no reason. That's how immersed I was already. Even though I was out in space already, there was much that I didn't know about maneuvering through space in the game, so my first playthrough, a lot of it I spent doing manually, and let's just say I didn't survive very long. That's it. Oh, wait, no, I'm going too fast actually. No, I missed it. Okay. All of a sudden, I started to see everything I did was replayed back to me, much like the event earlier with the statue. The music crescendoed until it abruptly stopped, and I found myself back at the campfire, waking up back at square one. It was at this moment when I was finally hooked. This was the moment that made me question everything. My curiosity had quadrupled. Why was Slate telling me the same thing? That it was launch day and if I was ready for it. Am I stuck in a loop? Why did it only affect me? Why did I wake up back at the campfire? Why did the object in space explode again, just like it did the first time? I knew there was only one thing I could do that could answer all these questions. I had to explore the solar system. The game didn't hold my hand at all. There were no objectives or missions in the game. I could start exploring anywhere. Each planet was drenched in lore and mystery with their own unique environments. And for that, Outer Wilds was the game I was wishing for years. The exploration, the discoveries, the worlds, the awe and wonder. It had everything that I missed about gaming. The game was giving me all the nostalgia I thought I needed. But the game made me come to a realization that made me think long after the game was over. Minor spoilers ahead as I talk about the game's overall themes. There might be some spoilery imagery, but I'm gonna make sure it doesn't ruin the game experience for you. If you don't care about spoilers, then hey, you do you. Keep watching, but I highly encourage you to play the game, so you've been warned. Every living thing in our world is destined to die. Plants, animals, humans, planets, stars, galaxies, everything. As soon as a baby is born, their time on this earth is slowly ticking away. Once we die, that's it. That's the end of time on earth. The thought of that can be scary. We start to think about how much time we have left, how it all goes by so fast without us realizing it. It makes many of us wonder what we are even doing with the time that we have. Time is precious. It's the one thing you truly can never get back.
Soon, my life will end. It could be in a few decades, a few years, months, weeks, days. Hell, it could even be today. There's no stopping it. But all that is okay. I thought about it hard. Do we even realize what we've been given? Close your eyes and clear your mind. Open them. Take a deep breath and look around you. Do you know what you're looking at right now? It may not seem like much. It's probably something that you're used to seeing, like a room or some place in your house, but really, do you know? I can tell you this. You are alive right now. You've got a beating heart, and hopefully every other organ in your body is functioning, but you're alive. And in a world where everything is just so perfectly habitable and available to you.
And then think about how large our universe is. We don't even know if it ends. We are so small. There is no other planet like ours anywhere close to us. A perfectly habitable planet just for us. Don't you get it? We all think about winning the lottery ticket, but us being present in this world is that lottery ticket. There's a whole world out there for us. So many people to meet, so many places to see, so many things to do, just waiting for us to make that move.
Yes, everything is slowly dying and nothing will stop that. But why focus on that when we're alive right now? Time goes by fast, so live every day like it's your last. Chase your dreams. Don't hesitate. Challenge and put yourself out there because there's no time for second thoughts.
I spent the last few years waiting to play a game that would take me back to the old days, like with Minecraft. The awe and wonder, the exploration, the music. I wanted it all so badly that I became blinded. I waited. I let time go by, and after playing Outer Wilds, I learned that was my biggest mistake. You can only play Outer Wilds once. That's just how the game's designed. You can try and play it again, but it won't be the same. The intrigue, the sense of adventure, the thrill of exploring new places. It's all mostly gone, so why do it all over again?
The same goes for most games out there today. Why spend hours and hours of your life completing missions that you've already done? Why play a game that you've already done 3 playthroughs of when you can play something completely new? There are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of video games out there ready for you to fully experience. Settling with the familiar is a life not fully lived. Nostalgia is an amazing feeling. Believe me, I know. but it can also hold us back from experiencing everything there is to life. It's crazy that a game like Outer Wilds could teach me something like this. And even after all that has been said, I still wish I could play this game again. But I can't. And that's okay, because now I can move on, knowing that I've done everything that there is already.
This is your life. Be grateful for everything there is and take advantage of it. It's short, yeah, but it's better than not being given a chance at all.
So don't waste it.